Good afternoon, colleagues from the media. Thank you very much, Her Excellency, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Ibu Retno Marsudi, the Chair of Expert Team of the National Task Force for the Acceleration of COVID-19 Mitigation, Prof. Wiku Adhisa. Good afternoon, colleagues from international media. Thank you for joining us. I hope everyone is healthy and doing well. The breakout of COVID-19 pandemic occurred simultaneously around the globe has caught us by surprise. To date, the number of positive cases has yet to decrease in Indonesia and consequently will claim more victims if not properly handled. One of these avenues to handle the spread of COVID-19 is through vaccination. Therefore, ascertaining the 265 million Indonesian people to have access to efficacious vaccine is paramount. Thus, in today's press briefing, I would like to focus on the national efforts towards self-reliance on the access to safety and efficacious vaccine for COVID-19 pandemic that is conducted through our own national collaboration or under cooperation with other countries or entities. Vaccine and national health security. First, I would like to stress that the end of the tunnel of pandemic COVID-19 are vaccine and medicine. While the effective medicine is yet to be found, vaccine development that is self-reliant, fast, and effective is pertinent in securing the state of health and livelihood of the Indonesian people. As our world becomes more exposed to diseases, viral-based pandemic will likely to occur anytime. And now we listen, another flu, and disrupt all the development progress we have achieved. COVID-19 has served as the test case for the national resilience against the threat from infectious diseases. A country is prone to threat from diseases when it has limited capability in developing vaccine. As such, Indonesia's ability to produce vaccine will provide a sense of security in protecting the interests and survival of our nation. Indonesia has the capability and experience when it comes to vaccine production and distribution. Our pharmaceutical company, Bio Farma, has successfully obtained WHO pre-qualification to produce and distribute polio vaccine to more than 118 countries around the globe, including member states of Organization of Islamic Cooperation, and we also as the center of excellence. And establishment of national consortium to develop local vaccine. Then second, let me touch upon national consortium that is established to prevent, detect, and respond quickly in mitigating COVID-19 through research and innovation. National consortium is of collaboration between National Pharmaceutical Company, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Research and Technology, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, state-owned enterprise like Bio Farma, and a number of research departments from various universities, spearheaded by Ekman Institute for Molecular Biology for development and production of a local vaccine. We may aware that there are three methods or platforms in developing vaccine, namely inactivated virus platform, protein recombinant platform, and genetic platform by using DNA or mRNA virus. The National Consortium is currently developing recombinant protein subunit vaccine using the coronavirus strain found originated in Indonesia. And this method is chosen because we have technologically and experience and no need to produce, more viruses. And our research have already accustomed to develop the said vaccine platform. It goes well with the necessary facilities prepared by Biopharma. Once it is ready to be produced and, of course, distributed, the research, development, and production of local vaccine are deeply intertwined, as these efforts are aimed to find particular type of vaccine suitable for Indonesia's coronavirus strain, which may have different features compared to other strains. National Consortium has submitted 10 to 16 whole genome sequencing from Ekman and also Airlangga University to GISAID, Global Platform for Global Influenza Virus Data, in which 3 are classified as unidentified strains and 1 is identified as type G. Vaccine usually takes years to develop. Nevertheless, provided the emergency situation, we are currently in National Consortium project. The expected timeline to develop local vaccine is around 18 months down the road. Such expedited development time will not certainly be pursued at the expense of the safety and efficaciousness of the developed vaccine. To date, National Consortium has identified the virus spike protein derived from the Indonesian coronavirus strain. Further, the identified spike protein will undergo cloning process prior to be a subject to preclinical trial. The preclinical trial process will start at the end of 2020. And of course, if it is a little bit, extended, maybe at the beginning 2021, and will be followed by several clinical trials in the year or early 2021 to ensure its safety and efficacy prior it is used, and of course the expected result for our own and locally found the virus will be on mid-2021. The whole process is paramount not only to determine whether or not to develop vaccine is effective to battle the COVID-19, but also whether the developed vaccine is safe to be used on person and will not entail any adverse effect. Self-reliance on access of safety and efficacious local vaccine. Third, the development of local vaccine is in line with our President's instruction to promote Indonesians' health security. The capacity to develop and produce local vaccine will enhance our self-reliance on access to safety and efficacious vaccine to battle the COVID-19. As explained above, our national consortium is currently developing the protein recombinant platform, while for the other platforms, Indonesia is also currently pursuing international collaboration in vaccine development and production, with the assistance, of course, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Indonesia's national pharmaceutical company, Biopharma, is working closely with Sinovac to explore potential cooperation in development and production of inactivated virus platform, which is platform number 1, and it is scheduled clinical trial phase 3 in July 2020. Whereas Biopharma is in cooperation with Genesin from South Korea for the development and production of COVID-19 vaccine, particularly using DNA virus platform or platform number 3, now under discussion also involving Indonesia Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Health, and also FDA, scheduled clinical trial phase 2 in August 2020. The collaboration with international partners is complementary to efforts in developing local vaccine to achieve various aims such as fast, effective, and self-reliance of the availability of the COVID-19 vaccine. And of course, this also aims to fill in the gap on availability and access of vaccine prior to the production of local vaccine. And also for complementing the option for vaccine types. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, BPOM, also support Indonesian plan to collaborate with other potential partners, such as CEPI. And based on the latest WHO data already mentioned and mentioned by Her Excellency, our Minister of Foreign Affairs, and there are more than around 125 vaccine candidates in preclinical trial phase. However, we always have to bear in mind that the goal is to establish a national self-reliance on the access of safety and efficacious vaccines. As such, we have to ensure that the international collaboration in development and production of vaccine will truly benefit both countries or both partners, of course benefit for Indonesia, and not merely as the place to conduct clinical trial for potential market only. In the medium and long run, we must ascertain that sustainability of vaccine self-reliant efforts. The outbreak of COVID-19 is one tough lesson learned for us, that we need to strengthen our health security and accelerate the capacity of our health industry through development of raw material for medicine, vaccine, and biopharmaceutics. That is all from me, and thank you very much.